Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into a sound and a symbol that I'm willing to bet you've come across somewhere, maybe at the end of a yoga class or in a piece of art. It's the syllable Om. And let me tell you, its story is so much deeper and more complex than most of us ever realize.
So let's just put it out there. You've heard that hum, right? That resonant chant. But what is it actually all about? Well, let's get into it, because the journey of this one single syllable spans thousands of years, multiple continents, and some of the most profound ideas humanity has ever had about the nature of reality itself.
Okay, first things first. To really get Om, you have to understand that in traditions like Nada Yoga and Tantra, its power doesn't come from its meaning like a regular word. Nope. Its true value is in its vibrational quality, the specific frequency it creates, and how that literally interacts with our own consciousness.
The philosopher Sri Aurobindo puts it perfectly. He talks about a mantra not as the destination itself, but as a kind of vibrational bridge. It's a tool that tunes your inner world, almost like tuning a radio, getting you ready to experience a much deeper reality. So what even is a mantra, really? Think of it like a nucleus of spiritual energy. These sacred syllables are designed to work like a magnet, drawing in and focusing these really subtle vibrations. It's almost like sound that's been encoded with consciousness, a living symbol of the divine.
And this is where it gets really big. This brings us to the ultimate role of Om in Hinduism. It's called the Shabda Brahman, which literally means the absolute as sound. The belief here is that Om is the primordial sound, the very first vibration that echoed out at the moment of creation and brought the entire universe into being.
But you know, Om isn't just a sound. It's also this incredibly profound visual symbol. Seriously, every single curve and line in its written form is just packed with meaning. It's like a map of the entirety of human consciousness.
And here it is. This beautiful, elegant shape has got to be one of the most recognized symbols in the world. But it's not just a single thing, it's actually a combination of different parts that tell a story. So let's break it down. An ancient text, the Mandukya Upanishad, basically gives us the key to decode this whole thing. Look at this table. The three sounds that make up Om, A, U, and M, they all correspond to three different states of consciousness. That big lower curve, that's A, and it represents our normal, everyday waking state. The middle curve is U, which is the dream state, and the upper curve is M, the state of deep, dreamless sleep. But here's the kicker. Look at that dot in the crescent. That represents the silence after the sound, a fourth, transcendent state of pure consciousness.
And check out this incredible metaphor from another ancient text for how you actually use Om. It says, Om is the bow. Your own consciousness, yourself, is the arrow. And the target, that's Brahman, the ultimate reality. So the act of chanting becomes this intense act of focus, using the sound to unify your individual self with the entire cosmos.
Now, as you can imagine, a concept this powerful was never going to just stay in one place. Om's influence spread out from its roots in India, and it was adopted and adapted by other major faiths that grew out of that same soil.
In Jainism, for instance, Om becomes this kind of sacred acronym. The sounds U, are actually the initials of their 5 supreme beings, the Pancha Paramashti. So for them, it's this incredibly condensed form of their most central prayer, a powerful shorthand for reverence. Then in Buddhism, especially Tibetan Buddhism, is often used as a seed syllable. It's like the opening note from which these powerful mantras can grow. It symbolizes wholeness, the infinite. And of course, its most famous appearance is right at the start of Om Mani Padme Hum, the great mantra of compassion.
And then, in Sikhism, we see this really fascinating evolution. The idea of Om transforms into Ik Onkar, which you can translate as one Om maker, or simply, there is one God. This becomes the absolute cornerstone of Sikh theology, a powerful, clear statement of monotheism. It's the very first phrase in their holy scripture, the Guru Granth Sahib.
Okay, so we've looked at the philosophy and its journey across different faiths. Let's bring it back home, to the present. Why do people still chant Om today? What's the practical point of this ancient practice? Well, the sources really point to two big intertwined goals. On one side, you have ancient texts like the Upanishads that talk about it as this profound tool for self-realization, a way to truly know the divine within yourself. And then on the other side, the Yoga Sutras frame it in a more practical way, as a tool to focus and quiet the chattering mind during meditation.
And just to put Om into perspective, get ready for this number. Tantric lore says there are something like 70 million unique mantras out there. Each one is a different form of energy, a different kind of vibrational key. And among all of those, Om is considered one of the most foundational, the foresound from which so many others spring.
So we'll end with this thought. We've seen how this one syllable has been seen as the sound of creation, a map of consciousness, and a tool for spiritual union. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a single ancient sound can carry so much weight and meaning, what immense creative or destructive power lies within the everyday words that we choose to speak?